Okay, so I've been playing around a little bit with Grouper and Groovy shell to see if I could get some command line completion and have a little better experience with the Grouper shell. So I've got Grouper installed here. I've got the stock Grouper installer. I've got Tomcat running. And so you can see here, there's a local host with all the test sample data. And I've got a group here called All Students with this UUID. Anyway, so I'm in here in the Grouper API bin directory where we would normally find the G shell, Grouper shell, which uses bean shell, which is really cool and allows you to do a lot of things, but doesn't give you any command line capabilities that folks are familiar with. So for instance, from the bash command line, I can do a reverse search for commands, and I can edit those commands, and I can go back and forth with those commands, and I can get history and all that kind of stuff. So started looking around at Groovy shell, which does provide all those things, and wondering if we could bridge that to Grouper. And so this is an example of some progress that I've made. So I've got two scripts here, G shell, which is the normal Grouper shell, and also this Groovy Grouper shell, which is GG shell. So the only difference between these two is I'm going to be calling Groovy instead of the custom command line reader that comes with Grouper. So if you, let's see, I can do a diff between the two to see what I'm talking about. And you see, instead of running the Grouper built-in command line reader, I'm just running Groovy shell and passing in the Grouper class path. So let's start that up. And we get this is kind of a normal stock Groovy shell. But because I commanded pass in the class path for Grouper, I have access to all the Grouper classes. So the first thing I can do is import some packages that we need. And you can see this is doing tab completion. So the first thing I'm looking at is this Grouper startup class, which is going to start everything up for us. I'm just going to import star. And the other thing I'm going to get is the main Grouper package. I'm going to use some of those in a bit. Okay, so I've got some notes over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is do this Grouper startup. So this is kind of cool. I can cut and paste in here. Grouper startup. That's going to fire everything up. And let's see, let's try to use command line power. I'm going to do a reverse search and start root. See, found the command I want in my history, so I can fire that up. And so now I have a Grouper session, and I can just do things like Groovy, let's see, I can do member equals, let's get I can do tab completion on Groovy shell to see all my available methods. Let's see, get member. So this is the current member that's for the current Grouper session, and I could do let's see, toString maybe, toString DTO. So you can see I can, once I have an object, I can do just tab completion to see what's available for me to call. So let's do something a little more typical. We could do, see, find a group equals group finder, and again, tab completion, find by UUID, and I know that This is this takes grouper session, and there we go. We found our group, and now we can do things like group. Oop. So there's lots of things I can do on group, but if I just want to say get the members, there's our members. So cool. So this seems like it's working. I haven't used it for too long, but some of the things I think could be an improvement is to figure out how to extend Groovy Shell. Well, first to kind of boot up a session with that kind of boilerplate, and then also provide some of the convenience methods, or some of the commands, I should say, that the grouper shell has. See, what that looks like, and maybe they're just custom Groovy scripts. I don't know, but I don't know. I think this is pretty cool. It's a lot nicer to deal with, having a history and being able to do back and forth and reverse search and line editing and all that. Yeah, maybe we could just drop the current grouper shell, all that proprietary code for that command line reader, and just use Groovy. Who knows? Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you later.